Shalom. Welcome back to Rabbi Kaufman's Understanding the World. We haven't been on the air for a couple of weeks, so it's kind of welcome back, even though we're just starting the show. Mark Finkelstein joins me in the studio today, and we'd like, at this end of the year, end of our broadcast year, we're going to take a little bit of a summer break. On our show today, I'd like to thank both Temple B'nai Jeshurun and my congregation and the Jewish Federation for their being supportive of us doing the show, and in some cases for our financial support, and in some cases for being supportive of our ability to actually do it. This show provides a wonderful educational resource for the community and allows us on many occasions to bring in people via Skype or even in a studio to share their expertise and their knowledge with not only members of the Des Moines Jewish community, but also because we're an internet show all around the world. First, let's start with the world in 5 minutes. So Pope Francis just spent a few days, a couple days in Israel. Wasn't a very long trip whatsoever, but the impact of having the Pope come to Israel and also to visit the Palestinian territories, and also to travel to Jordan and interact with the people in the region is very significant. This trip, I think, is more significant for what didn't happen than for what did. And we'll talk a little bit about that. But there really aren't a whole lot of major controversies. In fact, if any controversies at all coming out of this trip, which is considered, well, all things considered, a very surprising result of the Pope's trip to Israel. There are a number of other pieces of news that have happened over the last a couple of weeks that have really kind of fallen off the radar because of the Pope's visit. Among them being an agreement between Tel Aviv University and a Chinese university to develop a $300 million program to develop joint technologies. So Israel and China have significantly increased their relationship. Times of Israel has just launched a Chinese language website. That should tell you something. And there was an election in India in which the newly elected Prime Minister of India and his political party not only won a landslide victory, but they won a landslide victory on a platform that involves dramatically increasing their relationship with Israel and becoming and is essentially a hugely pro-Israel government in India. And these may have slid past your radar at home, but their implication for Israeli foreign policy and for even the way that the world functions in relation to the Middle East is pretty profound, and we should think about that. In the meantime, the United States is poised with troops waiting to go into Libya if they're needed there, and there continues to be significant amounts of tension in eastern Ukraine that the United States is prepared to have to respond to. Beyond that, there are also the European Union elections, and the European Union this week brought in a large number of representatives of anti-Semitic, white supremacist, anti-immigrant, anti-Muslim parties into the Parliament of the European Union. And this is a development that bears a significant need to be watched. This is not good news for Jewish communities in Europe, and the United States, and Jews in the United States and Jews in Israel are all very concerned with the developments. When you have hate-filled political parties, fascist parties taking over, including an actual National Socialist Party in Germany, that makes news in the Jewish world. And so we're very concerned about developments in Europe. That's pretty much the headlines for this week. When we get back from a short break, Mark Finkelstein and I will talk about all kinds of things as we wrap up this broadcasting year. We'll be back in just a few minutes.